everyone. Welcome to Bruhan Mumbai Municipal Corporation's Virtual Training Center, and I am Mrs. Nehal Kodambe, your English teacher from VTC. Let's begin with today's session. Welcome to today's session. Dear children, today's session will be of workshop of the alchemy of nature. In last video, we have learned the lesson, the alchemy of nature. If you haven't seen that video, please see the video and then watch this workshop's video. So let's begin with the workshop of the alchemy of nature. So in last session, we have learned the lesson, the alchemy of the nature, and here comes the exercise from that lesson, workshop question from that lesson. We will do it one by one. So here comes the first question. Role of nature. Discuss in pair the role played by nature and complete the wave diagram. So wave diagram is given to us and we have to complete it. So in lesson the alchemy of nature, we have learned the role of nature. We will write it in the wave diagrams one by one. So here comes the first role of nature. It helps us to relax. As we know, when we are stressed, when we are overburdened, we move towards the nature for relaxation, right? So nature helps us to relax. Then nature inspires us. We have seen the example of a spider, a small creature, but it inspires us to work. It inspires us, it tells us that do not move away from your task. Keep doing it. It inspires us. Then comes the next thing. It teaches us. Nature teaches us so many things. We have seen ample of examples in that lesson. You watch that video again and find out what and how does the nature teaches us. And comes the next thing. Nature motivates us. We have seen the example of the bits of grass, and we have seen so many examples. We have seen the example of the tree which gets shredded in the winter and again it blooms in the spring. So nature motivates it. Even if it is your bad time now, do not give up, keep trying. The good days will be back. So in this way we have seen nature helps us to relax, nature inspires us, nature teaches us, and nature motivates us. Then comes the next thing. Role of nature. Discuss in pair and complete the wave diagram. Now there is another topic. आता बघा आपल्याला आणखीन एक टॉपिक दिलाय, नेचर द बेस्ट टीचर. ओके, नेचर हा बेस्ट टीचर कसा असू शकतो हे आपल्याला आता इथे पाहायचंय. So nature motivates us to do the right things. Nature tells us, teaches us not to give up. Then comes nature is teaching us for the teamwork. It guides us for the teamwork. It is not necessary that always you have to work alone. Sometimes your work is done with team, then it is the best resulted work. Okay, so nature sometimes asks us that sometimes even if you can take the help of others, no problem, take it. If people are there to guide it, take their assistance. Okay, then the next thing, nature helps us to relax. It helps us to relax. We have learnt about it. Then it nurtures us. It asks us to have patience. Do not give up. It teaches us to be strong. And and it fulfills our needs. बघा हे जे सगळे आपण वेब डायग्राम मध्ये जे काही पॉइंट्स लिहिले आहेत याच्याबद्दल आपण ऑलरेडी त्या लेसन मध्ये चर्चा केलेली आहे आणि ह्या प्रत्येक पॉइंट बद्दल आपण डिटेल मध्ये जाणून घेतलेला आहे. याच्या व्यतिरिक्त पण तुम्हाला जर काही सुचत असेल तर तुम्ही त्यामध्ये ऍड करू शकता. Then the next question, look at the following things. Discuss with your friend what you learn from them. Now there is a list of different things given to us and we have to discuss it and we should write what we learn from them. There are so many things in the nature which teaches us many things. So we will take one example of them and we will write it. So first of all, here comes the first thing from the nature, a bee. That is a honey bee. What does honey bee teaches us? What you have learned from him? So honey bee teaches us teamwork and hard work. Just now in last question we have seen the point teamwork. So honey bee's work is a fine example of a teamwork. You must have seen that honey bee. It never works solely, alone. They are always in team. ओके, मधमाशीचं काम जे आपण बघितलं ते नेहमी असं समूहात असतात, एकत्र राहून ते काम करत असतात. सो दॅट इज अन व्हेरी आयडियल एक्झाम्पल ऑफ द टीम वर्क अँड द हार्ड वर्क. एकेका फुलातला मध शोषायचा, गोळा करायचा आणि तो नेऊन आपल्या पोळ्यात साठवायचा, असं अखंड अविरतपणे त्या मधमाशा काम करत असतात. म्हणून त्यांना तिथे हार्डवर्कचं एक अत्यंत आयडियल असं एक्झाम्पल म्हटलेलं आहे. Then comes the next thing, an eagle. So what we learn from the eagle? To achieve your objective, stay focused. If you want to achieve any goal, you have to stay focused on your goal. Do not look here and there. Do not wander. Do not go away from your goal. Just focus on your goal and work towards it so that you will be able to achieve your objective. Then comes the next thing, a creeper. Creeper, वेल. दुसऱ्या झाडाचा आधार घेऊन जी वाढते त्याला आपण क्रीपर म्हणतो. It tells us to take the support and leave. आपल्याला कोणाचा आधार घेणं किंवा मदत घेणं हे कमीपणाचं न वाटून देता प्रसंगी कोणाच्याही मदतीने आपण आपलं उद्दिष्ट साध्य केलं तर त्याच्यामध्ये काहीही चुकीचं नाही. ओके. Then rainfall. We learn be nurturing source. दुसऱ्यांना जीवन देण्यासाठी तुम्ही जगा, उद्युक्त व्हा, हे आपल्याला रेनफॉल कडून शिकता येतं. Sun. What does sun teaches us? It is about a life of giving. बघा, आपला जो दाता आहे, जो सृष्टीकर्ता आहे, because of him there is a life on the earth. Just think, if there is no sun, there will be the life? सूर्य आपल्याला प्रकाश देतोय आणि त्याच्यामुळे हे जनजीवन चालू आहे. सूर्यामुळे पाऊस पडतोय, सूर्यामुळे वनस्पती वाढतायत, सूर्यामुळे आपल्याला अन्न मिळतंय. अन्न, पाणी हे सगळं आपल्याला सूर्यामुळे मिळतं आणि हे फक्त तो देण्याचा काम करत असतो. तो गिविंग साइडला असतो. ही इज अ गिव्हर, ऑन द साइड ऑफ गिविंग साइड. ओके. तर सूर्यासारखा दाता बना. And then comes the next thing, the river. The river teaches us to care about the world. सूर्यासारखंच नदी सुद्धा आपल्याला जीवनदात्री आपण म्हणतो. ती जिथे जिथे वाहते तिथे तिथे जीवन फुलवत जाते. ती अख्ख्या जगाचा विचार करत असते. त्यामुळे ह्या वेगवेगळ्या निसर्गाच्या गोष्टींमधून आपण काय काय शिकतोय बाळांनो, हे तुम्ही इथे लक्षात घ्या. So let's move to the next question. Go through the text again and complete the wave that highlights the various features of flowers of hibiscus plant. Now, as we have learned that writer has mentioned specially the hibiscus plant in her garden. So you read that paragraph again and complete the wave. Okay. So let's do that. So features of flower of hibiscus plant. First one is given to you. Flower blooms every fortnight. What are the rest of the features? Special features of hibiscus plant. Let's write one by one. It's big, bright and tender. Right? Then comes the very special feature. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it does so in full splendor. एका दिवसाचंच त्याचं जीवन असतं, पण किती सुंदर प्रकारे ते जगतं ते आपल्याला इथे रायटरनी सांगितलेलं आहे. Then comes the next thing. Through the day it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind, but as evening approaches, it starts wilting. आपण बघितलंय की एकच दिवसाचं त्याचं आयुष्य, परंतु नाचून गाऊन आनंदात ते व्यतीत करतं असं आपल्याला रायटरने ते सांगितलंय. सो वी हॅव टू बिकम लाईक दॅट फ्लावर. वॉट एव्हर लाईफ इज given to us by the nature, so live it with full of enthusiasm, bloom it full splendorly. Okay, so that's what we have to learn from the hibiscus flower. Then the next question, the writer explains the contrasting features of water and rock. In the text, write all the features of both water and rock in the given table. बघा आपण बघितलंय की कसं कॉन्ट्रास्ट आहे, वॉटर आणि रॉक एकमेकांच्या विरोधात आहे, तर ते सगळे फीचर्स आपल्याला या टेबल मध्ये लिहायचे. We will write them one by one. See here, two columns, water and rock. So how's the water? It's gentle. Rock is hard. Water changes its form. Rock is very strong. Then it flows over rocks to shape it, and rock takes the shape as the water commands. And water commands and rock obeys. So these are the features of water and rock. Water is very gentle. Rock is very hard. Here there is a similar feature of water and rock. It changes its form. Even the rock changes its form. But how? When water flows over the rocks to shape it, the rock takes the shape of the water. So here water is in the commanding role and rock is in the obeying part. Right? Then comes the next thing. Very nice question. See here. Impossible itself says I am possible. Do you agree? बघा इम्पॉसिबल हा शब्द जर आपण बघितला तर त्याच्यामध्ये तो निगेटिव्हली होतो. दिस इज जस्ट इम्पॉसिबल, आपण म्हणतो शक्यच नाही, राईट? अशक्य. पण ह्या अशक्य मध्ये शक्य दडलाय बघा. कसा? आय एम पॉसिबल. इफ यू थिंक then you can do it. This is the question of view. How's your view? आपण त्या गोष्टीकडे कसे बघतो ह्याला महत्व आहे. त्यामुळे yes, I agree with this. I am possible. Now this question has one more part. What is that next one? Justify your answer by citing some examples from the text and some that you have experienced or heard from someone. Now again there are two parts. Part first is justify your answer by citing some examples from the text. टेक्स्ट मधलेच एक्झाम्पल घेऊन आपल्याला हे प्रूव्ह करायचं आहे. आणि सेकंड पार्ट तुमच्यासाठी आहे. यू हॅव एक्सपिरियन्स ऑर हर्ड फ्रॉम समवन. आय एम पॉसिबल हे कोणी शक्य करून दाखवलेलं असेल अशक्य गोष्ट, अशा गोष्टी तुमच्या आजूबाजूला, तुमच्या मित्रांमध्ये, तुमच्या फॅमिलीमध्ये झालेलं असेल तर त्याच्याबद्दल तुम्ही इथे लिहू शकता. So let's begin with the answer. Impossible itself says I am possible. Do you agree? Yes, I agree with above sentence. Okay. Now we have to justify with some examples. So here is the first one. We saw small bits of grass peeping through the small cracks in a concrete pavement. आता आपल्याला वाटेल की हे केवढी इम्पॉसिबल गोष्ट आहे. कॉन्क्रीट पेमेंटला फोडून गवत कसं बाहेर येतं. दिस इज जस्ट इम्पॉसिबल. बट येस, द स्मॉल बिट्स ऑफ ग्रास मेड इट पॉसिबल. Then the next example, an army of ants dragging a fly which is at least 10 times ant size. We have seen that the ants are so tiny creatures, but togetherly they drag a fly which is at least minimum 10 times their size. एक छोटीशी मुंगी जी असते ती त्यांच्यापेक्षा मोठ्या 10 पटीने, कमीत कमी 10 पटीने मोठा असणाऱ्या एखाद्या माशीला खेचून नेतात, तेव्हा आपल्याला वाटतं हे कसं शक्य आहे. But that those small creatures, they made it possible. And the next example is oysters take in a grain of sand, they open with a pearl. एक छोटासा जीव जो शिंपल्यामध्ये असतो, एक लहानसा टायनी वाळूचा कण घेऊन त्याच्यातून एक अत्यंत सुंदर असा मोती तयार करतात. कसा करतात आपल्याला हे शक्य नाही असं वाटत असेल, पण तो एवढासा जीव आपल्याला ते शक्य करून दाखवतो. So impossible itself says I am possible, and I have proven it with these examples. Then comes the next question. Find synonyms from the text for the following words or phrases. Synonyms? Exactly same meaning word. Samanarthi shabda. Strong feeling of fear or respect. What is the word from the text? Awe. We have seen that whenever we look at the nature, we are just awe. We have a respect, lot of respect for the nature. Next word, to direct authoritatively. Which word had come there? Command. To command. To order. Then to peer through. To peep through. Small bits of grass peep through the cement pavement, concrete pavement. To peep through. Large and impressively beautiful. Splendor or majestic. Easily broken or damaged? Delicate. Now, there is one very different question. How can you prove this maxim to be incorrect? आपल्याला इथे एक मॅक्झिम दिलेलं आहे, ते आपल्याला चुकीचं कसं आहे ते आपल्याला प्रूव्ह करायचं आहे. ओके. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Now this is the maxim over here. Write a counter view on the given topic. The clue is given to us teamwork. बघा अशी एक म्हण आहे की too many cooks spoil the broth. खूप सारे आचारी एकत्र होऊन एखादं सूप स्पॉइल करतात किंवा एखादा पदार्थ बिघडवतात, अशी एक म्हण आहे. ओके. आता ही म्हण कशी चुकीची आहे हे आपल्याला इथे प्रूव्ह करायचंय, सिद्ध करून दाखवायचंय. त्यासाठी त्यांनी टीमवर्क हा क्लू दिलाय. तो क्लू वापरून आपल्याला ही म्हण चुकीची कशी आहे हे दाखवायचंय. लेट्स डू दॅट. सी, the literal meaning of the proverb is that when many cooks are appointed to prepare the soup, they will spoil it instead of making it delicious. जेव्हा अनेक आचारी एकत्र येतील, कुक एकत्र येतील आणि एखादं सूप बनवतील, तर ते चविष्ट बनवण्यापेक्षा ते बेचव बनवतील असं म्हटलं जातं. का? Each of them will have its own tastes and preferences and will use them to make the soup. कोणाला वाटेल याच्यात अजून थोडं मीठ पाहिजे, कोणाला वाटेल अजून थोडे स्पायसेस टाकायला पाहिजेत. प्रत्येक जण स्वतःच्या चवीप्रमाणे ते सूप बनवण्याचा प्रयत्न करेल. सो इन्स्टेड ऑफ मेकिंग इट टेस्टी, they will spoil it. It will be tasteless. That is the literal meaning of this proverb. As a result, they will spoil the soup. When there are too many people trying to do the same work, to lead and give their opinions, it's confusing and leads to bad results. अगदी त्याचा अर्थ आपण घ्यायचा झाला तर त्याचा अर्थ असा होऊ शकतो की when there are too many people trying to do the same work, एकच काम अनेक लोकांना दिलं, एकाच कामामध्ये खूप लोकांना इन्व्हॉल्व केलं, तर प्रत्येक जण स्वतःचं मत देणार, स्वतः लोकांना गाईड करण्याचा प्रयत्न करणार आणि त्याच्यामध्ये कन्फ्युजन वाढून त्या कामाचा बोजवारा उडणार किंवा इट विल लीड्स टू द बॅड रिझल्ट. सो दिस इज द लिटरल मीनिंग ऑफ दिस proverb. But we have to prove it incorrect. And for that, the clue word is given to us is teamwork. So let's try that. How can we write that? See here. It is said that too many cooks spoil the broth, means a work assigned to too many people spoil it instead of making it effective. But on the contrary, a single work is divided into little tasks to more than one person, and when there is a division of labor and fusion of power, there is this maxim can be proved to be wrong. Many times, too many people and their teamwork can give success. Got it? It is said that, we have seen that, it is said that too many cooks spoil the broth, means a work assigned to too many people spoil it instead of making it effective. But we can prove it incorrect in this way, that if a single work is divided into little tasks to more than one person, and when there is a division of labor, their labor is divided by small tasks and fusion of power, then this maxim can be proved to be wrong. Many times too many people and their teamwork can give success. आपण हे असं सिद्ध करू शकतो की एक काम अनेक लोकांमध्ये जर आपण व्यवस्थित वाटून दिलं तर कामाच्या श्रमाची विभागणी पण होते, त्यांच्या कष्टाची विभागणी होते आणि ते काम अत्यंत चांगल्या प्रकारे केलं जातं. ह्याची अनेक उदाहरणं आपण बघतो. Right? So in this way you can prove this incorrect. Now, the author has very positively described the different things in nature. Discuss with your partner the special features of each one of them, add on the list. See here, we have seen that the author has very positively described the different things in the nature. She has the positive attitude to look at the different things in the nature. So here with your partner, you discuss on that and you have to add on the list. Let's do that. So we will see that first column is of part of nature, second thing special feature, and third thing is value learned. Okay, so the first part of nature is water. What is the special feature? Changes its form. And what the value we have learned from it? That learn to adapt as per the situation. Keep your ego aside and adapt as per the situation. Then next part of the nature is rainbow. What is the special feature of rainbow? It colors the entire sky. What we have learned from it? To add colors and spread happiness all over. Then caterpillar, we have seen that it turns into a butterfly, and what we have learned, that learn to change for better results or to have patience. Then comes the example of stars. It shines across the infinite sky, and we have learned to enlighten the sky. Clouds, it takes new shape as they go forward. With every moment it takes the new shape. And what we have learned? We have learned to change according to the situation as per the water. Then comes the example of spider webs. It's very delicate, but still at the same time it is very firm. Then small bits of grass, they peep through the small crack in a concrete pavement. What we have learned from them, it shows the impossible things may look, there is always an opening. So do not leave your hopes. Hibiscus flower, it comes to life only for a day, but it teaches us, however short our life, we must live it the fullest. Oyster takes a grain of sand and open up with a pearl. That what they teaches us, change for better results or to have patience again. And rocks, it take the shape of that water. And what does it teaches us? Be submissive when needed, be humble, do not be always very egoistic, right? So all these natural things are teaching us some of the other thing. This way, my dear children, in today's session we have done some of the exercise question or activities from our workshop, and now you, after watching this video, you can do the rest of the things. That's all for today. So you will revise